You've watched around 2,000 to 3,000 self-improvement videos and made zero progress, and the reason isn't because the videos were stupid, I mean some of them were.
My day is 6 a.m. to noon, and I'm not crazy. You're crazy for thinking it takes 2. What I've done now is I have changed and manipulated time. I now go 7 days a week.
The main reason you didn't get anywhere was because you don't know how to work hard and stick to it. So this is a quick tutorial on how to start working as hard as you want to, in order to do whatever you want, because that would sum up every single self-improvement tutorial out there. Every single one, because at their core, most of them are just generic nonsense that you already know. And they just tell you to work hard, but I will tell you how to work hard. So the thing about hard work is that it's hard for everyone, and you can make it easy. But in order to make it easy, you're going to have to go through a bit of pain. But let's talk about the easiest things. Firstly, let's state the truth. You have heard this in videos before. It's harder to start work, but when you start it, it gets easier. Don't get me wrong, it's still a little hard, but it gets a lot easier because the stress of starting something is evaporated, so it's smoother, hopefully. You understand what I'm trying to say, so now that we have that, let's pin it and work around it. Because this is a fact, it's golden and sacred. You need to remember this. Now let's talk about the main thing. Basically, we're going to make starting work as easy as humanly possible. And there's really only one way to do that, and it's to look at things from a different perspective. Listen carefully. Have you ever gotten the random urge at like 8 p.m. on a Tuesday to watch a random edit that you saved? Well, where does this come from? The correct way to look at it is that you have your rational mind, which is separate from all of the other versions of your mind. And there are an uncountable number of these small minds who only want one thing. No, it's not what you think. What I mean is their goal is only one thing. One of these versions is a version who likes an edit and wants to watch this edit many times. And when you get the urge to watch that edit, it's really just this guy talking to you, trying its best to convince you to watch the edit. And most people give in. And as soon as you watch that edit, this guy's satisfied. But what about the version of you that likes watching Instagram Reels? Well, that guy convinces you to watch some Instagram Reels, and you end up scrolling for 4 hours, so what you're doing is you're getting convinced. And by you, I mean the rational mind. By the way, the rational mind knows that Instagram Reels won't get you anywhere. And he also knows what you want in life and is willing to do what it takes to get there. But the only problem is, it just gets played, convinced by these little salesmen, who have only one purpose. And you don't get anywhere in life, and that's the problem. Your rational mind isn't being used at its full potential. Let's talk about the solution. Let's say there is a fire, everything is burning. Your rational mind says, get out of that building as soon as possible unharmed. And that would be correct. And that would be what most people would do. But what about these guys? They're still there, telling you to watch Instagram Reels or football. But next time there's a fire, I bet you wouldn't watch Reels because your rational mind won't allow it. This is key. This tells us that these dudes can only convince us. It is our decision to agree with them or not. So till now, we have derived the problem we need to solve. And we understood why the problem even exists. Now it's time to understand and then implement the solution, and do whatever we want to do. And the solution is, when this guy is trying to convince you, sell you the idea of watching Instagram Reels, you need to convince it to not watch them. The thing is, the guy who enjoys watching memes on Instagram doesn't actually enjoy watching memes. He just likes having a laugh. If he lived in a positive community and lived with his good friends and family and they joked around, he would be satisfied, but he doesn't have that. He doesn't have the friends all the time, so for having a laugh, he goes to Instagram instead. And let's say you watch nature videos. You don't like watching nature videos. You like traveling and hiking and being free, but you don't have that, so you watch the videos instead. So back to the point. How the hell do we go ahead and convince this guy to work? Well, we just need to redirect the desire to the work we have to do. For example, let's say you get the urge to watch the movie Interstellar when you're supposed to be editing a video. You speak out loud to that version of you. Hey, I understand that you like Interstellar, but you don't just like watching Interstellar. You like the feeling of adventure and awe that you get after watching it, and you like the family aspect of it. So why don't we make a lot of money? Go on adventures, find a girl to marry, and start a family. And in order to do that, we need to go ahead and complete editing this video so we can make more money, and you can have what you want. After saying this, go ahead and start the work. And as we know, then once you start the work, it's easier to keep going, you will get the editing done, and there you have it. You've solved a problem, you've solved your laziness, and you can use this in any situation. Let's say it's 7 a.m. You need to wake up, and you don't want to. What do you say? Simple. I know that you're feeling tired and want to sleep, but I need to get up so I can finish work early, make more money, and go to sleep early. And once I have more money, I'll be able to wake up at whatever time I want, and you can be happy. And just like that. Problem solved. This is how I convinced myself to start this YouTube channel, make this video, and many other things. Now keep in mind what I've told you is a perspective change with a little bit of unconscious psychology. But remember, at the end of the day, it's a way to look at things, and not real science. But don't worry, if you use this, it will work, and I can guarantee you that much. But don't leave just yet. We need to talk about how to stay in the work, because you can start the work pretty easily. But what about, actually completing it all and getting it done? What if you feel like quitting midway through? Well, it's simple. Before you quit, you feel this overwhelming feeling in your head. Something doesn't feel right. You're getting bored and just want to end it all and quit. And just when that happens, do the exact same thing you did to start the work in the first place. Just deflect the thought. Like, let's say you want to watch YouTube vlogs. Just say, I understand that you want to watch vlogs, but it's not the vlogs you enjoy, and so on, and get back to work. It's kind of like doing a hard reset. In most self-improvement videos, they tell you the map to climb a mountain, let's say, getting jacked. But what good is the map if you don't know how to walk? Or in this case, how to stay dedicated to actually get jacked. And if you genuinely apply what I told you, you will be able to pick up any self-improvement and follow it all the way through. Goodbye.